Welcome to The Point of View. We welcome our YouTube viewers. This is a special show we're doing from the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, newly refurbished by the president, already attracting a lot of numbers. We're going to walk you through some of the beautiful sights and sounds. You can hear some of the sounds already. We're going to talk to some of the key functionaries here, and hopefully by the end of the show, you'll get a proper feel of what to expect at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. Enjoy. So when you come into the Memorial Park from the regular entrance, this is the first thing you see. This is the Point of View special edition, just a walk through the newly refurbished Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. I'm here with Kojo, chairperson of the implementation committee. We are told the work took 9 months. Or how long the team worked?
9 months exactly. We had come in here last year sometime in July, exactly a year ago, to look at the recce, the design team and all. And then 2 months after that, work actually began. So there was the sword cutting in July, but work actually began 2 months after that. And in 9 months exactly, we are seeing what we are seeing here today.
I'm told there are 3 major additions to the project: the reception area,
yes,
the Freedom Wall, and
us.
then the museum.
The museum extension.
So this is the reception.
This is the reception, which didn't exist hitherto.
Wow.
So with this, you have the benefit of the refurbished Kwame Nkrumah vehicle, the first presidential vehicle, the ticketing area. There are offices in here for specialized meetings. People can come in and rent this facility for meetings, for boardroom meetings, for committee meetings. There's a restaurant that is operating 100-seater capacity minimum. There's a gift shop as well for people who want souvenirs. There's also refurbished and neatly designed washrooms.
We'll go in there.
Of the status of this facility.
I like this. Who designed it? Is this?
This is part of the design of the architect Kofi, who works with Zaknab, a young man with such fluid ideas. 29-year-old man. What he did is phenomenal. With a very good contractor, Awacom, translating the vision of the minister, Dr. Awa, under the leadership of the president. And this is what we are seeing today.
So this is Nkrumah's head?
That's Nkrumah's head.
Amazing. Let's go in and see what we find. Wow, this is nice. So it's like, is it wood or metal?
It's metal.
So this is the first thing you see when you come in. Plaque unveiled by His Excellency the President, Okraku Mantey, 4th July. Interesting date. America's Independence Day, with funding from the World Bank.
Funding from the World Bank.
And conspiracy, CIA overthrew him. So all that interesting, right?
Not
so
much.
It's like payback time. They helped to overthrow him. Now through the World Bank, they've given us money to immortalize the man so they can also go in peace.
We'll stick to it.
Interesting. So when we come into the place, this is the reception area. What do we see here?
So once you enter, naturally there's the ticketing area where we validate your tickets, the entry. This facility needs investment recouped to be able to make it running. There are rates we are looking at currently under review, so that we will make sure we don't have another 30 years of coming back to say there's no money for refurbishment. It must be commercially run and operated. So we have seen to that. There's the session that has been developed by the Institute of African Studies, which was established by Kwame Nkrumah. So there's a place there that they have beautifully curated.
So this is purely for the African Studies Institute?
Purely for the African Studies.
Because it was one of his ideas we needed to have an intellectual capital on the Africans.
Exactly.
So this is African Studies Corner?
This is African Studies Corner.
Wow.
Then we have tried to be as sustainable as possible also. There's a lot of green, so you see a lot of plants we have put there. Again, we want to be as cultural as possible using indigenous local material, as you have seen on the walls. We also have, like I said, the offices. There's a washroom, there's the restaurant at the top, there's the gift shop, there's beautiful seating, and most importantly also, one of the things that will meet your eye when you enter is the refurbished presidential vehicle, the first presidential vehicle that was used by Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
I want to just take a quick walk around the wall, and not to show everything, but I noticed you have blended pictures, videos, and audios. So yes. It's not just a viewing experience, also a listening experience.
It's also a listening experience. What we realized in modern museum operations, not everybody wants to be told a story. There are some who want to view on their own, there are some who want to read and they are happy. There are some who want a guided tour. So there's a blend of everything. Those who want a guided tour, somebody can run you through. But if you want to just come, you can read.
So what we're seeing is the procession where he was invested as Chancellor
of the University of Ghana, Legon.
Wow.
This is airing, so it is self-explanatory. There are images that tell us of his educational
So this African
journey as
studies.
African studies.
Okay.
Continued on this side, some of the investment he made into getting people to be
So this is UCC as
UCC,
well. Wow.
and then some acknowledgements of the people that he worked with and those who helped us to do all this beautiful creation.
This is incredible. So I am told that the highlight for this hall is the vehicle.
Yes.
So what vehicle is that, and how did we get it here? So these are also for audiovisual experiences.
For audiovisual
right?
experiences.
So
That will be.
and there's a gift shop as well.
There's a gift shop right behind.
And amazing.
It's a
Now,
gift shop right behind.
what is going on here?
So here, Bernard, we have managed to harvest, let me say, and to refurbish and put in a good state for the viewing public. The first vehicle presidentially that was used by Kwame Nkrumah. It is a Cadillac, as you have seen. It's antique in its nature. Many have told us that we should put it on the road for some commercial use, but we think it will be good to preserve it for the viewing of everybody. We're able to run it engine a bit, but to make sure that we don't run it down for purposes of parts that are not available, it is here for everybody to see. So this is the first vehicle used by His Excellency Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, first president of the Republic of Ghana. Roadworthy, yes, but not commercial roadworthy. For
Amazing.
viewing, roadworthy viewing.
This is incredible. Kojo, this is amazing. And of course,
Thank you.
there's a top floor,
There's a top
which
floor,
is the administration.
which is administration, and also as offices that can be rented by people who want to do business here. There's a 50-seater conference facility that is available. There's a 20-seater for those who want to run board meetings. There's another one which is 15-seater, and there are similar facilities down as well for people who want to get away from the regular office environment and come to a place like this where they can get inspired even as they run their meetings. It is part of the arrangement commercially to rake in some revenue for purposes of maintaining the facility and to pay back the investment that has gone into this.
This is still the point of view. It's a special edition coming to you from the newly refurbished Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. So we want to get a sense of the place, right? It's a big place. We knew there was a mausoleum and a few things. Now it's changed. I'm very privileged to have the architect who designed the expansion and some of the new parts. He's in the person of Bethel Kofi Mantey. Bethel, great to have you.
Nice to meet you too.
Wow. So you're an architect?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. So this place existed before you came on board.
Yes.
So which aspects of the place have we revamped?
Okay, so what happened is that this place already existed. It was established in 1992 by Dr. Bernard Avle.
Dr. Bernard
Now what
Avle.
happened is that a legislation was passed in 2019, which is to elevate all tourist attraction sites to the highest standards. And this legislation stated some specific requirements that needed to be met. So in doing this, we needed to put some new facilities onto the park. Some of these facilities are the receptive facility.
Where we came through, the
Yes,
main,
where
the
we
main
came to the
reception.
main entrance.
Okay.
That building receives everybody now,
Okay.
and then redistributes people onto the park.
Okay.
So it has a reception hall, administration, ample restroom facilities, a restaurant, a gift shop, and a plant nursery.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's go through that again. A reception area.
A reception hall,
Okay.
administration, ample restroom facilities,
Restaurant.
a restaurant, a gift shop,
A gift shop.
and a plant nursery.
Just at the reception area.
Yes.
You redesigned that.
So that is totally brand new.
Fresh.
Yes.
It didn't exist before.
Didn't exist.
So
at
that's
all.
one of the things you added.
That's one of the things.
What's
we
the other
added.
thing you added?
Another thing we added was, this is infrastructure.
Yes.
Another thing we added was the museum expansion.
So there was originally a museum behind.
There's already a museum that was designed like a mastaba, which is an Egyptian resting place for royalty. That's like a sunken design piece. So we designed a building that's like an envelope around it. When you look at it from an aerial view, it's like a crown. So what we tried to do is we didn't want to do anything that would conflict with the already existing architecture. Everything had to unify and, complement it.
So you are working with the original theme
Yes.
of Dr. Don Arthur.
Yes.
You don't want to vary it too much.
No, the varying is to improve,
Yes.
but not to destroy.
So for the museum extension,
Yes,
viewed from above, it's like a crown.
yes, an Egyptian crown, because the concept is like an Egyptian mastaba, as I mentioned.
Yes.
But this is mainly to improve and increase the gallery space. there's so much memorabilia that Dr. Nkrumah had. So we needed more space to display this for people. Now also there is an audio-visual hall.
An audiovisual hall?
Yes, which is a tunnel that has his speeches imbibed onto the wall.
Can we go there?
Yes, I'm sure we could.
Wonderful.
Yes. Another thing is that when you go and you're reading the speeches, you can hear his audible voice being played in the background.
Wow.
It gives you like, it's a terrific experience. I'll entreat anybody who visits the park to go to that site.
And this was part of the redesign?
Yes, this was part of the redevelopment, yes.
So I'm walking through a hall and I'm here in Osagifo?
Yes.
Amazing. What else did you add to the design?
So we already had an existing fountain. We've
Okay.
also made that audio-visual now, which means you have music, you have water, and you have sound synchronizing together to create an electrifying atmosphere.
So the pitch and the pace of the sound goes in line with the water
It moves
fountain.
with the rhythm of the music and everything. It's beautiful, especially in the evenings, because
Wow.
of the lighting effects.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible. But where are we now? Where is this?
So where we are standing is the Freedom Wall.
Freedom Wall.
Yes, Freedom Wall. So most of us millennials, we heard about Nkrumah,
Yes.
but we didn't see him in person.
Yeah.
So coming onto the project, I wanted to create something that will allow people to experience parts of him that people have never seen. So the emotional states that he went through as a president. So this wall behind me,
Yeah.
we have different facial expressions. You can see him
So he's
smiling.
smiling.
You can see him upset,
It's
pensive.
okay.
You know, it's just to give people a feel of Dr. Nkrumah. Because me, I never saw him, but when I came, hey, so Nkrumah could
So
smile
you
like this.
selected pictures that like a kaleidoscope of his emotions.
Yes,
From angry, pensive,
yes.
focused,
Extremely
relaxed,
happy.
happy,
Yes,
elated.
yes.
Incredible. And then why did you choose this quote?
I think Nkrumah stood for something we all know, Pan-Africanism.
Yeah.
So it was relevant for me to bring a quote that, you know, spoke for all of us as Africans. That's why I said, I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. So we should all understand it's not about us, it's about Africa and where we come from. And that's what Dr. Nkrumah stood for.
I want you guys to focus on this quote because it's a very powerful quote. I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. I think that's incredible.
Yes.
All right, now to your right is the old mausoleum. So are you saying you didn't do anything to that?
So we did refurbishment.
Refurbishment?
Yes, or rehabilitation. So that means that we left the structure as it is intact. It was a very beautiful structure. It was made with marble stone, which is an everlasting material. Beautiful structure. We just restored the dilapidated states. We had concrete fence that were broken. We restored those things, but we left the physical structure intact.
Wow.
That is where his mortal remains are.
So this is where it remains. But I
Yes.
saw something about a car. Where is the car?
So the car is in the reception hall.
It's in the reception area.
Yes, that was also restored. So that car was manufactured by General Motors and was sent to Bulgaria for bulletproofing. And was brought in between 1953 and 1954. So we are tasked to meticulously make sure that it's restored, which is from the interior and the exterior, and also try to revamp the engine. And Charlie, by
Wow.
God's grace, it drives though.
The place I came to originally a few years ago was not this big. Did you guys get more land? Because it looks much bigger. I don't know. What did you do?
The land is the same.
Same
The
size.
difference now is that the lawns and the trees have been well manicured. Everything has been taken care of. So now you can see everything from a distance. Everything is so clear.
So how big is this place? And I'm told there's a concert this Friday. How many people can we bring here safely at the same time?
When you say safely, you know, so many people want to form into the place. So I won't be quick to give a number, but it can contain
A lot of
as
people.
many people that can come.
So you can host a concert here.
Yes, we can.
You can have a picnic here.
Exactly. Especially the picnics. You know, a lot of school children come in buses. So there's a picnic area specifically for the school children that come in buses because they move with, you know, their teachers. You even have children as early as 2 to 3 years coming. You know, they need special care. So we created a place where they can be catered for by their guardians.
Wow, this is incredible. We're still on the point of view. We're talking to the architect behind the expansion. He does say that the original design of the mausoleum was done by Dr. Don Arthur, but the extension, which includes the Freedom Wall where we are, the museum expansion, which is just behind us, and the reception area was designed by Bethel Kwame Mantey.
Yes, please.
I wanted you to just comment about how it feels, because you are 30 or below 30, and to be selected to do this for a man we've read about but never seen. I mean, that's heavy, right?
I think what happens when people hear project architects, they think it's just one man with one vision. But there are so many stakeholders that are involved. We have stakeholder meetings with his family, his daughter, architects from Ghana Tourism Authority, people with years and years of experience. So you as the project architect, you have your vision and you put everything collectively together and conceptualize the design.
Wow.
So even though it was a great task, but I thank God for the support of these people, and by God's grace, we've been able to come out with something.
And if you know anything about Nkrumah, he'll be very proud, because he believed in young people and he wanted Africans to do things. So he would have been turning in his grave if we had brought an old foreign person from another continent. Nkrumah wasn't so much about Ghana, so much about Africa. So you could be Guinean, you could be Cameroonian, but he was more into Africa.
Everybody on the project, from the engineer, architect, electrical, everybody, structural people, contractor, the welders, those who have done all the beautiful Edinkra symboled guards, everybody was totally Ghanaian.
Wow.
There's no expat on this project. This is fully made in Ghana.
How long did it take you guys to put all of this together?
The construction period was just under 9 months.
Just under 9 months?
Yes.
Amazing stuff. Congratulations. I've been speaking to Kwame Mantey. I hear your dad was an architect too.
My dad is an architect.
Oh, he's still alive? All right.
Yes.
So, architect 1, architect 2.
Yes.
I'm sure he's proud of you.
Architect.
You are the grandson of an architect?
No. So, Dr. Don Arthur is someone who also mentored my father.
Are you kidding me?
Coincidentally. So, you know, there's a lot of history.
So, it's 3 generations of amazing stuff.
Yes.
Has he been here?
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
Wonderful. We are still here at the refurbished Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. We'll be taking you now around the place to show you a few more things we've seen. Stay with us.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family, because every smile matters. New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
Finally, anyone can become a house owner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You Go Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated values, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yougoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. You Go Flip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
So this is the extension of the museum that the architect spoke about, and I'm here with the main man. He's called Mr. Eddie Kwao. He's the acting, we call it park director.
Yeah.
You are the overall boss here. So this is your terrain.
Yeah.
So when we came here a few years ago, we saw this, and then there was a museum down there.
Yeah.
So Is this the extension?
This is the extension that we now have, thanks to the architect and his team.
This and the other one at the back?
It wraps around the old museum gallery.
So you wrapped a new museum around
the old.
So it's a walk-through?
Walk-through, yeah.
Why does Kwame Nkrumah not have a head?
So this is one of Kwame Nkrumah's statues that was made after independence, complete, and used to stand in front of our old Parliament House just across the street. But in the course of the coup d'etat against his government in 1966, things happened, so the statue was vandalized to what we now see.
So they pushed it down?
Down, and some of the parts fell off and then got...
So where's the head?
That's the head.
Oh, so this is the head?
It was just 2009 that someone returned it. And for us to tell the history and the story about it.
It was in somebody's possession?
Yes.
So 2009?
Yes.
But why did you elect not to put it on there?
To keep the story and the fact still as it is.
So this is 24th February 1966. This damage was done?
Done, yeah.
Can we go in to see what's in there?
Sure.
Wonderful.
Yes, sure.
So is this the audiovisual?
That's the audiovisual section that we now have where you listen to Nkrumah's voices and then some of his quotes he made on different occasions.
So this is the first time a camera has been brought in here, right? So what is happening here? Where are we? What's this?
So we have a portrait of the man, for whose reason we are here. That's Kwame Nkrumah's portrait.
Okay.
So we have some of his things also, some of his few things that we have, like Owari he used to play, is right there.
So what is the concept of this? Are you telling us a story? Is there some method to what we see all the way through?
There's a story, but as we go along, you know about it. Now, Kofi built, the concept for this thing is about ascension up there. It's a bit steep. The reason is to depict the struggle Nkrumah and others had gone through for us to get independence. So as you go up, it's a bit
So it's an upward struggle. And it's littered with
some of his pictures,
meetings,
and some of his most famous quotes.
Okay, so it's getting a bit steeper as we go.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing things like some of the things he said. We measure our progress by the improvement in the health of our people, by the number of children in school, and by the quality of their education, by the availability of water and electricity in our towns and villages. This was June 10, 1962.
Yeah.
One of Ghana's development goals. Amazing. So it's like a wall that tells a story.
Yes.
All right.
And the essence is that before you leave the park, you should have at least one of the quotes with you before you leave the place.
Now I noticed that it's getting steeper, but it's also bending.
Bending, yeah.
So where are we now? This is like a wall of reckoning.
Reckoning. So we are still going upward. The struggle is still ongoing until we gain independence. So it's still a bit steep. So the process is a bit tough for us.
But I noticed that the years are improving. So 62, 63, 64. So it's
a blend, yeah.
We are moving up.
Upward.
I see.
Yeah.
This is one of the most famous quotes. The independence of Ghana is meaninless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. Nkrumah's speech, OAU, May 24, 1963.
He made this on Independence Day, but also
repeated it at the OAU
speech. Yeah.
And then he also spoke on socialism and Ghana's development. We seek to create a society where material resources are held in common, and we reject the idea of selfish gain as an end in itself.
Yeah.
So it's still getting steeper.
Steeper.
Wow. And then we are 1965 speech. This is 61 by the way.
Yeah.
Colonialism and things.
Yeah.
Now it's a bit dark in here. Is there a particular reason why this is dark?
Just to show the process they had gone through. It was a dark period for us as a country. So
it's deliberately dark, and I see there are curtains as well.
Just deliberately dark.
There are curtains.
Yeah.
I can hear some sounds as we enter. So where is this now?
So at this stage is independence.
Okay.
So what you only hear is the Nkrumah's speech he made on Independence Day. There's a video.
Wow. Can I stand by?
Sure.
So anybody who comes through will see this repeatedly.
Yes.
So Nkrumah, Botio, Bedema, Kisley Hayford, and I forget this guy. Wow.
Freedom.
So this is lit because there's light at the end of the tunnel, right? There's the freedom, independence thing, it worked. But we're entering another alley.
But before we get there, there's also another space here. So at independence, we were free from colonial rule.
Yes.
So this space gives us visitors the opportunity to take a picture with the independence picture.
So what we saw on the video
Is out here.
So this is real size image almost.
Yeah.
Amazing. And this happened across from here.
Yes.
So there's so much history here.
Yeah.
Because viewers, what you may not know is that the Kwame Nkrumah Park is directly opposite the old polo grounds.
In fact, this is actually the old polo grounds where he made.
This is where he made the speech. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is old Parliament House.
Oh, yes.
Forgive me. So Parliament House is across. This is the old polo ground.
Where he
so
did
this
the
is
speech.
He probably spoke here.
But the spot where he did the speech is where we have his complete statue now, over there on the other side.
One of my favorite Nkrumah quotes is here. We prefer self-government with danger to servitude in tranquility. This was All Africa People's Conference, 1958. Powerful. Who chose the quotes?
In fact, together as a team that worked on it, Kofi, myself, and other people who thought that this particular quote must be here and here and there.
I see a piano down there. Did Nkrumah play the piano?
Yes, he did. He was someone who actually loved music. So this is one of his pianos. In fact, there are two of them. They all came from Priyashi Lodge.
Wow.
So that's one of his pianos. So Steinway and Sons, a US brand, very expensive.
So he used to actually play the piano?
Play the piano, to relax sometimes. Yeah.
When we go down to the old museum, are there still things there?
There's still things there. We still have one of the pianos displayed in there.
What about the library? Have we stocked the library yet?
Not yet, but that will be done not in a long while.
We are still here at the newly refurbished Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. Beautiful place. We're enjoying our tour. Hope you're enjoying it too. We've bumped into the Deputy Minister for the sector, Okraku Mantey. To just put this whole thing in context, Mark, it's good to have you.
Good to see you too.
I came here a few years ago and it was so disappointing. We entered that building, there was rubbish in the water. It was so bad. What has happened here?
Thank you for this opportunity. I think that we should say thank you to the vision of President Akufo-Addo. He said that he wants to make tourism the #1 contributor to Ghana's GDP. And so, in the first 4 years, we had Honorable Catherine Feku, Honorable Barbara Otinjesi, and then in the second 4, my boss, Honorable Awal, took over, and I'm deputizing him. And so we needed to continue with the agenda of the president. So year of return, beyond the return, reinforced. And so if we want to make tourism the #1 GDP in Ghana, then we must get our assets right. And this is one of the assets we know we have to get it right to get the numbers we are looking for. 2019 was good because of year of return. Towards the end to 2020, we had issues with COVID. And so we went low. I mean, it's not just Ghana, throughout the world, we had challenges. And then we are bouncing back. As at now that I'm talking to you, we've met our target for first quarter, exceeded second quarter.
Wow.
And we know that by end of year 2023, we'll do far better than the previous years because our third and fourth quarters are our ultimate times in terms of December in GH and all of that. And so we know that we need to get some of these assets right, heritage sites, the roads people often talk about.
Yeah.
Yes, we fix Kakum Park. The agenda is to get everybody in Ghana to understand that cocoa, oil, yes, they are good, but we have a low-hanging fruit, which is tourism, that if we all understood, we could take advantage and make Ghana big.
I was looking at your list of visited tourist sites for 2022, and I think Ebri Botanical Gardens was #1, Kakum was up there, then there were other places. This place didn't feature that much.
No.
You are saying this is one of your most important assets. How well do you think this place is going to do starting from now? Where will this rank in your top 5 tourist assets now that it's this way?
I wouldn't be surprised if in the next few months, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park takes over from Ebri Botanical Gardens. You can check from our backgrounds. You can see that it was commissioned yesterday by the President of the Republic of Ghana, Okraku Mantey, but just 24 hours after, you can see the new energy, the new vibe. Everybody is. I think this is the first time a government, some commission of that sort, was #1 on Twitter. It should give you a clue that people have interest.
Also on Twitter today, what was it, #1 trend?
We were #1 yesterday. That's this morning, Kwame Nkrumah Park was #3.
Wow, so
yes.
in the past 24 hours, you've been in the top 3 trend.
Yes. Yes.
So the conversations, so there's genuine interest in
yes,
this.
yes.
But that also tells us the size of Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes.
And who is, but you're talking about the year of return. Was this investment because when we did the year of return, there was a demand from the diaspora side for things around the person? Because yes, there are places to visit, but Nkrumah is not just the place, it's also the person.
Yes.
So was the reasoning also that to keep bringing the diasporans in, we need to give them a feel of some of the history of Ghana in contemporary times?
Kwame Nkrumah is a big brand, whether we like it or not. Before we closed this place down, I brought one president here on a Sunday to plant a tree. And based on what I saw myself, I took the report to my boss. National Security was also here. They also took a report too.
This was before this?
Before, yes.
Yes.
Before we even closed down.
Okay.
That actually maybe.
So when you brought the president, what did he say?
He not the president of Ghana.
Yeah, that president.
Yeah, that
yes.
president. Of course, because of diplomacy, he won't speak. But body language, you could.
He was disappointed.
You
like,
could read
what,
between
what
the lines.
This?
Yes, you could read between the lines a degree of disappointment.
Yes.
And so I took the report to my boss, and then the protocol, state protocol people, and the national security also took report to Mr. President. So I'm sure Mr. President got a 360-degree information on the place. And then at cabinet, my boss made a presentation, and he agreed that yes, we should fix this place.
Wow.
Yes.
We are told that for this week it's going to be free.
Yes.
And that Parliament is going to propose some charges. Does the ministry or government have any idea on how you want to do this? I see school kids, I see families, I see groups. So there's a big demand.
Yes.
What type of pricing should we expect for this place in terms of entry fee?
This will just be my proposal. I do not take decisions on pricing in Parliament. But I think that 5 cities, 10 cities, relatively, ratio 2:1 or 1:2 is too low.
Because that's the previous charge.
The previous charge. I mean, maintaining this place, especially washrooms.
Yeah.
You know that no matter how people like your place, if they're not comfortable with your washroom, they're not likely to come around. And so now tourism is no longer a domestic product, it's an international product. So you are competing with other countries like Dubai. In Africa, we are talking about Tanzania, Kenya, Morocco, and South Africa. And so if you want to compete, you must make sure that all these places are fixed to be able to compete. And so people should help us maintain this place so we can always compete. So I would suggest a minimum of 50 Ghana cedis.
But that's an average. So
Yes.
it could be cheaper for students,
Yes.
it could be more
Yes.
for different groups.
Yes.
But will there be a difference in what foreign visitors pay to what locals pay?
It's a conversation we must have, because sometimes those who believe in some type of ideologies will tell you that when prices change for foreigners and local people, it's discrimination. So we are yet to talk to the experts to advise on some of these things. We don't want somebody to say that we discriminate when you come here. Foreigners pay more.
But when we go to other countries, they discriminate. So in every country, locals pay lower for tourism experiences than foreigners. So you'll not be the first country to do that.
So we'll talk to the experts to advise.
I'm telling you that you can do that. Right. But just quickly, we understand the World Bank played a role in this.
Yes.
This was a World Bank project.
Yeah.
Was this the only place that you put up for revamping, or are there other places we should expect or that are being worked on?
Yes, there are other places. We're actually working with the Traditional Council. We want to have a facelift for the Botanical Gardens as well.
Wow.
Yes. Our forts and castles. Yesterday, Minister's speech, he mentioned some of them that we are going to fix. The challenge with the forts and castles is that people want to see them in the same state as they were in the early
in those days.
19th.
Okay.
Again, how do you get some of the materials that were used in those years to build some of these places? If they are heritage sites, according to the standards of UNESCO, we must try and replicate what we met. And so those are some of the dynamics we are working with.
Wow.
Yes.
So beyond the sites, you mentioned about the route. Can you elaborate a bit? Because when we do the Heritage Caravan on City, one of the disincentives is that it's too long to go to tourist sites.
Yeah.
So for example, Babin Fiamma Monkey Sanctuary in Koranza, we're like, this is just too long. Really, waterfalls, it's too long. So is there a plan to make access? In fact, when I was coming here this afternoon, there's a lot of traffic. All right, and I'm not saying build a new road, but there has to be a conversation around access to tourist sites and the throughput. What is government's thinking around that?
The last time I had a conversation with the Vice President, it was discussing how we can begin to use our waterways instead of just our roads. Shuttle the air instead of the traditional way, road. And so the conversation has started. And I'm sure we are talking, when people come in who want to invest into tourism, we tell them some of the weaknesses we have, some of the places they can take advantage of. So those who want to bring yachts, those who want to bring other forms of, so that if you decide that you want to know more about our forts and castles, fortunately most of them were built around the coastline. So you start from Volta through Greater Accra.
So you are seriously considering water transport?
Yes.
To get people here quicker?
Yes.
So the sea is just behind us?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's interesting. So Okraku Mantey has been talking to us. He's the Deputy Minister for Tourism. Very excited about what's going on. What was that?
Okay. In the evening,
yeah.
This sound would synchronize with the lights.
Okay.
Yes, and so we are surrounded by the sound. You can see 4 speakers around us.
Oh, okay. So you just play this from center.
So in the night, when this plays, it will synchronize with the water and then lights.
Wow.
To give you a feel of, I don't know how to use the technical terms, but the timing of the music will go with the lights.
Wow.
At the same time with the water.
Very interesting.
Yes.
So there's a lot more to come.
Yes.
For the very beautiful Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. Thank you, Okraku Mantey.
Yeah, but this Friday,
yes,
we don't want to make it very traditional. We want to project the nightlife.
Oh, so there are events happening in the week.
So this Friday, yes,
what's happening?
We're expecting Samini, Wendy Shea.
Wow, here?
Here, yes.
Is it like a concert?
Concerts.
Already?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Which part of it? Where will it happen?
Exactly.
Just here?
Yes.
In front of Kwame Nkrumah?
Yes.
Amazing stuff. Mark, thank you.
Thank you.
For talking to us.
Thank you.
We've been speaking to Okraku Mantey, as we have been with other people. We are still here at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, the newly revamped. Hope you're enjoying the show. Stay with us.
If you're a whiz kid that collects straight A's in your sleep, a brainy brains that aces quizzes without even trying, or a clever clogs that knows just about everything, then there's one more battle you have to win: the Literacy Challenge. The nationwide search for the best junior high student is on. Think it could be you going home with 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write a story that ends with the following statement: the happiest people do not have the best of everything, they make the best of everything they have. Stories should be written in your own handwriting with the deadline of Saturday, the 15th of July 2023 in mind. Submissions must include an endorsement by a parent or guardian and their full contact details. And once you're done, shoot off your entries to the front desk of City TV or City FM. Or you can send entries to PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For more inquiries, call 0558 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2023 is powered by City TV, supported by City FM, and is sponsored by the Ghana National Gas Company, Ribby Crunchy Biscuits by M4 Foods, and SIC Insurance PLC.
Wow, what a trip so far. Started off with Mr. Kojo Entry, who's given us a quick overview of what to expect at the reception area. Our architect, Kofi Manfe, brilliant 29-year-old with the fantastic Freedom Wall. And of course, the man who's really in charge of this place, the acting park director. I'm here with him as well. He took us to the museum in the person of Mr. Eddie Kwao. We also spoke to the Deputy Minister on the vision. I'm sure you've worked here before. You've done this work for a long time.
Yes, please.
Have you seen this kind of excitement about a tourism facility?
No. People are so excited about it, and we know the numbers are going to come. With your help, of course, we're going to push
What kind of
this
people are
place.
coming?
Everybody. especially school kids.
School kids are here.
And
Wow.
they are one of our main targets going forward, to bring more school kids in here to learn about our first president.
So it's an educational experience.
Yes, it is.
How many people, like, it's a long walk. We spend almost an hour here.
Yeah.
So are you saying that every day you can take people around and not get tired of saying the same thing?
Well, we have a lot of guides, so it'll be easier for us to manage. We know it's going to be hectic, but we have a way to go around it. So we are ready for the task
So
ahead.
if we ask, how many people can you, if I take 500 people to come here, can you manage 500 people in a day?
Yes. Before we shut down, 6th, 7th March, we have more than 2,000 a day.
Prior to it becoming this?
Yes.
You're serious?
Yes. 6th, 7th,
wow.
8th of March is our busiest day.
So Independence 2024 will be crazy.
It will be crazy. And yeah, I was even telling some of my colleagues right now that today being a working day, Wednesday, we have this crowd. So you can imagine when it's a weekend or a holiday, it's going to be something else. So it's going to be crowded and we are ready for it.
So this could be the springboard for tourism regaining its place in Ghana.
Surely.
Where most of the sites, if this became the minimum standard for all our tourist sites, what do you think is going to happen?
I think Ghana is going to go a long way
Wow.
in terms of tourism. Yeah.
How long have you been working in this sector?
I've been doing this for the past 20 years.
So this is all you do?
This is all I do.
Amazing. Yeah. This is incredible. I've been talking to Mr. Eddie Kwao, who has been working in this sector for 2 decades, and he says the kind of numbers we're seeing on a working day, today's Wednesday, is amazing. Well, don't just watch the show, come and experience for yourself. It's actually a better experience coming here on your own, trust me. I've been here with the team. My name is Bernard Avle. I've had the camera crew of Albert and Benjamin, Jude Duncan, and well, it was in Parkway also here with us, and Haley from the team as well. It's been a fantastic experience. Now we're going to experience other aspects of the facility that we haven't shown on camera. And for that experience, you have to make sure you come here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
The Point of View is brought to you by Belpack. Belpack, just